Pimps, this is Melt for the Pimp team, and I thank you for watching our video and for all of your support. Don't forget to sign up for the Pimp Monthly newsletter. It has updates and coupons for discount. Simply go to forum.getpimp.org, scroll down, and put your email address in to sign up. So in the last video, we covered how the default config files are set up and updated with pimpup, and let's continue. In this video, we're going to learn how to list, add, test, and delete managed profiles. So let's jump into a rig and take a look. So pretty much every command that you need to know is listed in the pimp command, and we try to name them so that it's easy to understand and use. So to list out what miners we have added already, right now we are still mining Equihash on B miner with our 1070 rig here. So for this example, we're going to add another miner. Say we wanted to mine a little ether. Well, you'll always see me run a pimp up just to make sure that we have all the latest miners and devices. We see here that Claymore dual miner was updated recently. So let's just make sure, since we're going to be mining ether, this is one of the ether miners that we would probably use. We'll update that, and there's ETH miner 2. If you ever have a bin file not found, that means you just need to go in and use this technique to install the miner. So now we have updated those versions of Claymore and ETH miner. So where does that go? It goes into the op miners folder. What do we got in there? Let's do a LL for long list. And we can see here that, well, you can see when I've been updating the B miner. So whenever we update a miner, we back up the old version in case you need to revert. We're still working on an easy way to make that happen. And this may be changed in PIMP 3. But for right now, if you ever need to revert, you can always blow this away with an RM command and rename this back to that. And that would restore that version. But in essence, you can also use the pimpup command to delete all the extra or old backups to save space. That's what this delete old build is. Yes. So we'll quit out of that, and then I want to show you another trick. First of all, I'm going to stop the miner that's running. And then I want to list out all the miners that are available, at least the profiles. We know that we've updated the Claymore software, but we can see here that the profile that we will be wanting to add is profile number 2401, and it uses the Claymore binary, and it uses the claymore.dual.pconfig. So that's the file that we'll want to edit. So let's add 2401. And it tells us this is where the miner binary lives. It's the Claymore dual that we just updated. Config file location is in optconf. Address we don't really need to know. That's between miner farm and the miner. That's how we get the stats. And then it tells you, well, you can test it, start it, or you can debug it. Depends on what information you need. In this case, I want to show you another feature of the pimpup is pimpup auto. And what this will do is it will, without asking you, automatically update the pimp software and any miners that are showing in pimp list, the miners that you're using. And generally you would want to stop them all first. So we run a pimp up auto, it would update pimp if needed, and then it updates the two miners that we have quote unquote installed. Now, if you're trying to run this in a script, that's fine. If you need to stop the miners, you can also do pimp stop all quiet. That's another trick for you. It will automatically stop them all without asking you for sure. Okay, so we've added the Claymore. We've updated it. Let's test it out. Now, we have not made any changes to the config file, so we should be good to go with the defaults. And then we can see here, it tells you the command line that it used. It sees both GPUs. it's connecting to the NiceHash pool for Ether. It is loading the DAG into the GPUs, and boom, we've got an accepted share. Generally, if you get a couple accepts, no rejects, you can usually feel good about that test. Also want to just make sure that after a few moments, you don't see your temps flying. Right now we're still using the defaults, which means that Claymore will automatically up the fans according to the temps. If I'm not mistaken, that's a 75 target. So they're trying to get to 75 Celsius. Okay, so we've got some accepts. Now, let's leave this run. We're just going to use Control A and then let go of that and hit the letter D to detach from the session. You can refresh the prompt display by hitting Enter. And we see that we know that Miner Farm is getting our stats. We can check the console. There we go. And we can also check our farm itself. And we can find this rig on our farm. There he is. Wrong one. Here we go. And this matches exactly what we see on the console. We can even go in, click on it, and see more information. Now, there's even more information than that, but I'm not logged in. I didn't want you guys to see certain things. So yeah, so now we see that Miner Farm appears to be getting the stats correctly. We're getting accepted shares. Unfortunately, Claymore Miner does not provide accepts per GPU, but we make a calculation based on the total. So looks like we're getting accepts. If we really wanted to double check, we would put our wallet address into NiceHash, and we would see the miner mining. In fact, let's do that real quick. I'm going to just do a pimp edit 2 to look at the comp file, and we'll get into editing on the next video. But there's our address.worker that we're using, and I'll note this may look a little different to you because I was using the Vi editor, which is fun for learning Linux. So we've got our address here. I'll just dump it here. Get rid of that. And I'll highlight that into the clipboard. So when we go to NiceHash, search for our miner, find miner. Put our address in, find stats. Should match probably a little less. Usually the pool always sees less. And that's not just because they're taking a little bit. But we see that we have worker. So this little rig right now, not doing too good with Ether. Obviously you want to customize it. 28's not a lot. But, we'll see. It's also got to catch up to the pool stats. But that's how you do it. Now, like I said, we'll get to editing the conf files. I just want to show you guys a few more profile management tips. So when you want to delete a miner, always stop the miner first. So if we were going to go back to mining Equihash, which we probably should in this case, we'll use our new trick again. It will stop without asking. And then we can do number 2. Delete 2. Yes. So, start that back up again. Got to get back to mining. Don't leave your rig not mining. Need that 89 cents. So, for how to list, add, test, and delete manage profiles with pimp add, list, test, and delete with a few special pimp up tricks. That's all there is to it. My name is Melt for the PiMP team. Thank you very much for supporting Tim, and see you on the forum in the Discord. Have a great day.